Tonight, we start with Jammu and Kashmir. There is no security scare, there is no political flashpoint, but there is a big diplomatic development, one that could reshape India-US ties. Let's first tell you what happened today. The US ambassador to India visited Srinagar. His name is Sergio Gor. He's also the State Department's special envoy for South Asia. So basically, Gor has two hats. He's Donald Trump's trusted man in India, and he's also the point person for the whole region. Today, he visited Srinagar. He met Chief Minister Omar Abdullah. He also had a meeting with Kashmir's Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha. After the meetings, Gor made a crucial statement. He called Kashmir an important part of India. That's what he said. Kashmir is an important part of India. Listen to this.
It's a pleasure to be here. As everybody here knows, I'm the U.S. Ambassador to India, and this is an important part of India, and so I'm here visiting for the first time. It is an incredibly beautiful place, and so I'm thrilled to be here, thrilled to see this place. We just had a very good meeting.
Now, why is this important? Because it leaves no room for confusion. Gor called Jammu and Kashmir an important part of India, not a disputed part, not a shared part, an important part. And this marks a significant change in US policy, at least on the face of it. I have a US Congress document from the year 2020. It talks in detail about Kashmir and American policy. This document refers to Jammu and Kashmir as an Indian state, but here's also what it says. The long-standing US position on Kashmir is that the territory's status should be settled through negotiations between India and Pakistan while taking into consideration the wishes of the Kashmiri people. That's the official position as of 2020. Another point to note, the US does not recognize Pakistan-occupied Kashmir or POK as a part of India. Their maps have a dotted line for the de facto border, what we call the line of control. At the United Nations, it's even worse. The UN does not even recognize Jammu and Kashmir as Indian territory. For them, all of Kashmir is disputed. In that context, Ambassador Gor has made an important statement. Like I said, there is no room for confusion. He called Jammu and Kashmir an important part of India. His meeting with Chief Minister Omar Abdullah was closely watched. Many wondered if the Chief Minister would raise the issue of Article 370. We've told you about this before. Article 370 was part of the Indian Constitution. It gave special status to Jammu and Kashmir. In the year 2019, the Government of India removed that article. Since then, Jammu and Kashmir has been a union territory and not a state. Now, Omar Abdullah has been opposing this move, and many wondered if he would raise this issue today. But before the meeting with the ambassador, he rejected those fears. He said no internal issues would be discussed with the US ambassador. Only ties between India and the US would be raised. And a specific issue was travel. The US has issued travel advisories on Jammu and Kashmir. They caution American citizens on visiting the region. This too was addressed by Ambassador Gor. He said India had taken incredible steps to keep Kashmir safe, and he promised to review the advisories.
The last thing I'll share with you is the United States puts out travel warnings, and every so often we reevaluate those travel warnings. I cannot make any big announcements here today, but it is something we're going to look at. New Delhi, the Chief Minister here, the government here, we believe have made some incredible steps to keeping this area safer and making it more safe. And so we will be looking at if the travel warning that is imposed, that is recommended by the United States, is something that should be downgraded, because, as I said earlier, this is a beautiful area. I think a lot of Americans would enjoy coming here and seeing the beauty and the opportunities that exist here.
Gor's visit is not over yet. Tomorrow he will travel to Ladakh. The question is, was this a deliberate policy move? Is the US sending a message here? There are three factors to consider. Number one, this visit is coming after a long time. The last US ambassador to visit Kashmir was Kenneth Juster. He visited back in 2020, and that was not a standalone trip. Juster was part of a multinational delegation. They wanted to see the changes in Kashmir after Article 370. That's why they went. It's been 6 years since that visit. The last US ambassador to India was Eric Garcetti. He visited 28 Indian states during his tenure, 28 states, but he did not visit Jammu and Kashmir. So the symbolism in the current ambassador's visit is huge. Sergio Gor took charge in January this year, and within 8 months, he has visited Kashmir. It signals political intent. That's the first factor to consider. Factor number 2, Gor is not your typical ambassador. He is a trusted confidant of Donald Trump. He is a close friend of the president's son, so he is part of Trump's inner circle. And he was appointed with a sole objective to reset ties between Washington and New Delhi. Remember, things went downhill last year. Trump claimed credit for ending India's Operation Sindoor. He also imposed steep tariffs on India. There was a lot of mudslinging and rhetoric. So the White House sent Gor to smooth things over. That's the second factor to consider. Now the third and final factor, the choice of words. Ambassador Gor knows how important this trip is. He knows the Indian media is watching closely, so it follows that he prepared his remarks. And look at the words he chose. Kashmir is an important part of India. These words carry weight. So on the face of it, this is a significant development, but will it improve India-US ties? Well, honestly, Kashmir was never a make or break issue in this relationship. Our bilateral ties have suffered because of other challenges, like tariffs and America's support to Pakistan. Nonetheless, this statement will be welcomed by New Delhi. But I'll tell you what, I wish we could see what's happening in Rawalpindi. Trump's favorite field marshal must be having a meltdown. He called Kashmir his so-called jugular vein. But Trump's envoy has called it an important part of India. So all that flattery, all that Nobel nonsense, only to hear this from Srinagar. The statement is a welcome first step. Let's see if Washington follows it up with concrete moves. We'd say the travel advisory is a good place to start.